On tonight's show, college in the age of coronavirus. How is Eastern combating the global pandemic? We have a reporter in studio with the latest numbers. And the impact on sports. How has Eastern Athletics responded to the cancellation of the fall sports season? Find out this and more tonight on the October 8th edition of ETV News. Good evening, everyone. I'm Julia Florence. Thank you so much for joining us. It's great to be back in the ETV News studio. However, like many things in our everyday lives, we're doing it a little bit differently. With COVID caps put on spaces, limiting the number of people allowed in a room, along with other social distancing measures, there is currently no one around me near the desk, and only 4 people are actually allowed in the control room. But despite less crew members on site, everyone is still actively involved in the club, completing work remotely. And we have a lot to get to tonight, starting with the latest COVID-19 testing numbers here on campus. Let's send it over to reporter Lexi Nemetz. Lexi, we're still awaiting the newest numbers to be released tomorrow?
Yeah, that's right, Julia. Good evening. Let's take a look at the latest testing numbers that were released at the end of last week. As of September 28th, 435 residents were tested. Out of that group, there were 3 current residential student cases and 5 commuter student cases. This gives us a total of 9 residential cases and 20 commuter cases. The residential students have a positivity rate of 0.0069%. A total of 16 residential students are utilizing the isolation beds, and 22 commuter students are in self-isolation off campus. Since classes have started on campus, a total of 1,776 students have been tested. Eastern has also changed its weekly testing policy of residential students, increasing the number to 25%, and has further organized testing so now students have to sign up for testing appointments and report to the Betty Tipton room. Eastern will be continuing to release their testing numbers each Friday, and they can be found on the reopening page of Eastern's website at easternct.edu/coronavirus. Julia?
Lexi, thank you. As Eastern has been open for a little over a month, Governor Ned Lamont announced his plans to continue with Phase 3 of reopening Connecticut. And starting today, indoor capacity will move up to 75% for places like restaurants and libraries. Venues like concerts and theaters can come up to 75% also. Graduations and religious services will go to 50% capacity. On September 24th, Governor Ned Lamont returned to Eastern, hosting a panel featuring a number of speakers, including Eastern President Elsa Nunez, the President of the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities System, Marco Jakian, the Commissioner of the State's Department of Public Health, Deidre Gifford, and 2 Eastern students. The conversation centered around how Eastern has managed the COVID-19 pandemic almost a month into the fall semester and the important role colleges and universities play in the state's reopening.
The reason I really wanted to be here with you today, because I was worried about our universities. I was worried about our colleges.
Eastern has implemented a number of safety protocols on campus since classes began, including the cleaning of buildings every day and bathrooms twice a day, along with 6,500 signs reminding everyone to wear a mask at all times, and reduced class sizes using a mix of online and in-person instruction. The Sports Center opened back up Monday with open gym. The hours have changed from Monday through Friday 12 to 2, and only 40 people are allowed in the gym at a time. The gym is on a first-come, first-served basis, and if people leave, other people may enter. You can check in at the gym lobby, but you must always bring your own ball and wear a mask. The pool has also reopened, and every Sunday there's a sign-up sheet where students can sign up a day to use the pool from Monday through Friday afternoons, 12:30 to 1:30. If there are any questions, you can contact Aquatics Director Sarah Glues at glues@easternct.edu. The Student Center Food Court has changed its hours of operation. New changes to the food court include no more smoothies on weekends, and only Starbucks and Grill Nation are open on the weekends. The new food hours are Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., with the exception of Grill Nation open until 9:30 p.m., and weekend hours are from 2 to 9 p.m. When we come back, we'll have a look at some headlines from around Connecticut and the country. We'll be right back.
Why should young people care about the spread of coronavirus? Well, we know that people with underlying medical conditions over the age of 60 are at highest risk, but they've got to get it from somebody.
So we're asking everyone to be selfless for others so that we can protect those who are most susceptible.
Not going to bars, not going to restaurants. It all just means physical separation so that you have a space between you and others.
For more information on how you can social distance, please go to coronavirus.gov.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm Julia Florence. A former police chief is pleading guilty to conspiracy charges. AJ Perez and Personnel Director David Dunn both entered plea deals for wire fraud and for lying to FBI agents. It happened when Perez was acting police chief of Bridgeport. He and Dunn admitted authorities have evidence that showed they engaged in a months-long conspiracy to get Perez that job on a full-time basis back in 2018. Prosecutors say the pair stole exam materials and cheated to make sure Perez would perform well. It worked, and he got the job with a 5-year contract. Perez says he's sorry he did it.
I accepted responsibility for what I did. I apologize to the good people, the people that I served with pride, and I gave 37 years of my life to them.
Perez and Dunn will serve 1.5 to 2 years in prison per their plea deal. They each also will have to pay the city almost $150,000. Their sentencing hearings are scheduled for January. In other national news, updates of the California wildfire surges have been released constantly by fire departments and local officials. The ongoing Glass and Zog fires combined have scorched almost 120,000 acres of land. Despite assertiveness among crews and regulation in regional evacuations, strong northeastern winds and record high readings do not contribute. However, next week's forecasts of cooler temperatures and rain are projected to help struggling fire crews. During this year alone in Cali, there have been more than 8,300 wildfires, and the overall moisture has not improved. Due to the scale and nature of aggression the state of California has faced in its weather, climate change will very likely be another rising topic in the next series of national debates, with longstanding issues of insufficient air quality, drought, and deforestation and uprooting of civilians. McDonald's launched a new meal deal Monday, the J Balvin meal. It's the Latin pop superstar's go-to meal, a Big Mac, medium fries, and an Oreo McFlurry. The price varies by location, and it's only a deal if you order with the app, in which case the McFlurry's free. The menu item will be available through November 1st. It follows a similar month-long collaboration with rapper Travis Scott. The $6 Travis Scott meal was a quarter pounder with cheese, bacon and lettuce, a Sprite, and a side of fries with barbecue dipping sauce. According to Forbes, Sofia Vergara is the world's highest paid actress. The star reportedly made $43 million this year. Thanks to her small screen roles, Forbes reports Vergara made more than $500,000 per episode for her role on ABC's Modern Family. She also inked a deal as a judge on America's Got Talent, worth at least $10 million each season. Add on to that a series of endorsement and licensing deals. Vergara's pay eclipsed those of 2 movie stars. In second place was Hollywood veteran Angelina Jolie, who made a reported $35 million this year. The $31 million Gal Gadot was allegedly paid in 2020 puts her in the 3rd spot on Forbes' list. Coming up, we'll have a look at how Eastern sports teams are adapting to a new normal. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet,
We discover
they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure
love.
Despite all fall sports seasons being canceled, teams are still doing their best to have some form of competition. The men's soccer team has hosted intra-squad scrimmages every Friday night, splitting the team into 2. Gratitude City versus Family FC has had some showdowns under the lights. Volleyball and women's soccer teams have also had scrimmages on Saturday mornings. Softball just started their scrimmages this past Saturday after coming off a successful 2019 season. Another team that's still in question is the men's lacrosse team. Reporter Connor O'Malley shows us how the team is battling through that uncertainty.
As COVID-19 has ravaged this fall sports here at Eastern, I'm here at Rick McCarthy Field with the men's lacrosse team to see how they're maneuvering their fall ball schedule in anticipation for their spring season. The fall sports teams here at Eastern have become limited to inter-squad scrimmages. As a result of COVID-19 restrictions, the lacrosse team has been facing similar challenges.
We haven't been able to do our alumni game or any of the scrimmages, so it's pretty much what we look forward to the most.
Although a full spring season in the Little East Conference is still up in the air, the lacrosse team remains hopeful as they continue their fall practices.
I'm not worried about the extraneous and what I can't control, just focusing on what we're doing, not so much what we can't do.
All together, one day at a time.
In the end, you got to adapt, adjust, and overcome, and I think that we're doing a pretty good job of that so far.
Connor O'Malley, ETV News.
Eastern athletes aren't the only ones having to adjust. High school athletes around the state are unable to play football in the normal way this fall. The sport has designated by the CIAC and State Department of Public Health as too high risk, and will reassess the situation in the spring. You will still see some football this fall, and local Windham High has implemented a 7-on-7, two-hand touch league, still giving athletes the opportunity to get on the field and play the sport they love.
It's a good replacer for now to have the kids doing stuff, but we still enjoy tackle football. I mean, we're all itching to play it still. Hopefully they have a spring season.
And on the next edition of ETV News, we'll have more on what high school football looks like now. Stay Healthy Eastern is the theme of a newly released PSA focusing on keeping the campus community safe. We'll show it to you when we come back.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Thank you all for sticking with us. Before we let you go, take a look at this new PSA showcasing Eastern's efforts in keeping the campus safe.
Eastern is committed to a successful fall semester.
It is doing everything it can to create a safe and healthy campus environment.
For students, faculty, staff, visitors, and the local community.
Each of us has a responsibility to do our part.
That means you and me, each of us.
That means stay on campus.
Unless it's absolutely critical to leave.
Faculty, staff, and students, including commuters, should continue to practice the same healthy habits off campus they are following on campus.
Stay on campus. Hang with your social unit.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands constantly.
Carry hand sanitizer.
Stay 6 feet apart.
That means 6 feet apart.
It's not natural for human beings to stay apart, but it's what we need to do to get beyond the virus.
Some people don't think that you need to wear a mask, but the science is clear that you do.
Wear your mask.
Wear your mask wherever you are on campus. Everywhere. Indoors, outdoors, wear your mask.
What we're asking you to do isn't easy. It's going to be hard.
But it's how we can keep each other safe.
Some people don't think we can get this done.
They give us a couple of weeks.
Let's prove them wrong.
Protect yourself.
Protect your friends. Wear your mask. Keep Eastern healthy.
Thank you so much for joining us. All of us at ETV News hope you continue to stay safe and healthy. And just keep remembering, we're all in this together. Good night, Eastern.